to celebrate, to commemorate, to honor the memory of 23 March, March 23rd, 1940, the Lahore Resolution.
For more than 3 years, and I cannot express my gratitude to all of you for the warmth, love and affection that you gave to me.
In the past, and I know we will all together do it. So whatever we can do as Canadians of Pakistani origin, we should do it.
Evening, I have to commend our amazing Consul General for all the hard work that he's been doing over the past couple of years. You have been phenomenal. I
have to tell you, when I look out at this room tonight and I feel the energy and I see how happy everybody is.
Your kind words. Now you jinxed it. Probably will become a conservative or something. Lauren, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much.
In 1940, at the city of Lahore, the country of Pakistan was born, practically speaking.
My remarks, and that is to acknowledge that this land is a sacred gathering place for many Aboriginals of Turtle Island, and to recognize the long history.
ज़मीं की मिट्टी में खून है शहीदों का, अर्ज़ पाक मरकज़ है कौम की उम्मीदों का, नज़्म ज़ब्त को अपना मेरे वक्त के अंधेरों में अपना आप पहचानो, ये वतन तुम्हारा है, तुम हो पास इसके। ज़मीं मुक़द्दस है, माँ के प्यार की सूरत, इस चमन में तुम सब हो, बरगुबार की सूरत देखना।
और साथ रहेंगे, हम साथ हैं तेरे और साथ रहेंगे। ओ ओ ओ ओ कैनेडा,
दोस्ती है तेरे साथ अपनी अगर है चंदा तो हम है चांदनी अगर है चंदा तो हम है चांदनी कनाडा और पाकिस्तान दो है दिल और एक जान कनाडा और पाकिस्तान दो है दिल और एक जान कल भी थे हम साथ साथ और आज भी रहेंगे कल भी थे हम साथ साथ और आज भी रहेंगे हम साथ हैं तेरे और साथ रहेंगे हम साथ हैं तेरे और साथ रहेंगे ओ ओ ओ ओ कनाडा और साथ रहेंगे हम साथ हैं तेरे और साथ रहेंगे ओ ओ ओ ओ कनाडा ओ कनाडा ओ कनाडा बढ़ेगा तेरा मेरा साथ ये यूं ही रहेगा दोस्ती का साथ ये यूं ही बढ़ेगा
Ladies and gentlemen, it falls to me now to introduce our head table guests. If you are able to withhold your applause, I would invite you to do so. But I would invite each of the head table guests to please rise and remain standing until we recognize each and of the individuals. To begin with, I would start with His Excellency, the Consul General and soon-to-be Safir-e Pakistan, Dr. Asghar Ali Golo. My honorable colleague in the Legislature of Ontario, Government House Leader and Minister of Community Safety and Correctional Services, the Honorable Yasser Naqvi. Mr. Lorne Coe, MPP for Whitby, Oshawa. Mr. Eric Jolliffe, Chief of Police for York Region. Mr. Arif Virani of Milton. Richard Seneschal of Duka Union. His Excellency U.I.M. Johor, the Consul General of the Government of Sri Lanka to Ontario. Newly minted MP for Mississauga, for Scarborough Rouge River, Scarborough Centre, Salma Zahid. The Honorable Stephen Del Duca, Minister of Transport and MPP for Vaughan. Ikra Khalid, MP, Mississauga, Erin Mills. Alan Odette, Chief CEO of Ontario Chambers of Commerce. His Excellency Erdeniz Sen, the Consul General of the Government of Turkey to Ontario. Mr. Samir Dosal, President of Canada-Pakistan Business Council. My honorable colleague in the Legislature of Ontario, the MPP for Richmond Hill and Minister for Training Colleges and Universities, as well as Minister of Research and Innovation, the Honorable Raza Moridi. And most especially to our chief guest, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 25th Premier of the Province of Ontario, the Honorable Kathleen O'Day Wynne. Thank you, Premier, my colleagues in the Legislature, distinguished guests, for gracing us with your presence this evening. We are here, as you know, to celebrate, to commemorate, to honor the memory of 23 March 23rd, 1940, the Lahore Resolution, which was the formal request, the formal demand for a separate homeland for the Muslims and for others of the Indian subcontinent. Ladies and gentlemen, Muazzaz Khawateen aur Hazrat, it's now my privilege to invite to the podium Dr. Asghar Ali Golo, the outgoing Consul General of Pakistan to the Province of Ontario, and inshallah soon to be Safir-e-Pakistan, situated in Addis Ababa in the country of Ethiopia. Asghar Ali Golo.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Honorable Premier, honorable members of Federal Parliament newly elected from Pakistan descent, honorable provincial ministers, colleague diplomats, consuls general of Turkey and Sri Lanka, CEO, Ontario Chamber of Commerce, President, Duca Financial Services, President, Seneca College, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, youngsters and children, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. First of all, I would like to felicitate organizers and members of various organizations and alumni associations and volunteers for organizing this memorable event. Applause for them, please. On 23rd March, millions of Pakistanis at home and abroad are commemorating Pakistan Day, remembering the developments on 23rd of March, on which Pakistan resolution was passed. Pakistanis continue to celebrate the day with the same vigor and zeal that motivated their ancestors 76 years back. Not only have Pakistanis contributed to the development of their own country, they have also helped bring prosperity across the globe. Their ingenuity and work ethics in Canada are reflected in the businesses and challenges they embrace. One finds Pakistani expatriates being part of the larger Canadian milieu as doctors, engineers, lawyers, accountants, IT wizards, entrepreneurs, builders, businessmen, academics, artists, and astute politicians. 500,000 Canadians of Pakistan origin have been contributing significantly towards Canadian economy and society. As part of recent study, Canadians of Pakistan origin have been contributing more than $50 billion to to Canadian economy every year. Besides, there is most significant contribution towards Canadian society in all aspects of life, be it culture, arts, education, charity, and social work. We just saw the magnificent work of Mr. Suhail Rana, O Canada in Urdu. This manifests our patriotism, our love for Canada. And we also saw a Pakistani of Canadian origin, a lady who sang all Pakistani nations. Also, I would request you to applaud for her. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan's economy is growing and macroeconomic indicators show a very promising picture. Our economy is back on upward growth trajectory. Pakistan's economic recovery is appreciated and recognized by international agencies and institutions. Presently, our GDP is growing with 4.5% and is expected to grow at 5.5% next year. Pakistan Stock Exchange has been one of the best performing stock markets in the world and has closed last week at little over 33,000 points. President of World Bank recently visited Pakistan and he remarked that there is much the world can learn from Pakistan. Pakistan's economic recovery is also appreciated by MSCI, the formerly part of Morgan Stanley, and which has decided to put Pakistan, reclassify Pakistan to emerging markets. According to assessment, Pakistan has potential to be a global turnaround story and ought to be a US strategic partner. Japan External Trade Organization has declared Pakistan as the second place for foreign direct investment. Jim O'Neill of Goldman Sachs, in his book, The Growth Map, has included Pakistan in N11, means next 11, of those economies which are expected to register rapid growth in the next decade. Pakistan has been included among the top 10 emerging economies of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan wrote a new chapter in the history of reforms, privatization, and has become the best undiscovered investment opportunity of the world for investors, with about $500 billion economy expected to be over $700 billion in next 2 years. Last year, Pakistan and China took a decision to take a lead in creating regional communication links. We are jointly pursuing building Pakistan-China Economic Corridor project of worth $46 billion. Honorable Premier, trade volume between Pakistan and Ontario is much less than the potential, and most of it belongs to limited sectors. We are also keen to establish links between Canadian and Pakistani educational institutions. In this regard, we are extremely grateful to Provincial Minister Honorable Dr. Raza Muridi, Minister Yasir Naqvi, and MPP Honorable Dr. Shafiq Qadri for supporting our efforts. I acknowledge the solid support of Canada-Pakistan Business Council under its dynamic president, Mr. Sameer Dosal. Thank you very much, Sameer sir. We also appreciate the cooperation and collaboration of Ontario government as well as Ontario Chamber of Commerce, especially our friend, Mr. Alan Odette. Thank you very much, sir. Madam Premier, it is our desire as well as the key component of our foreign policy objectives to take our bilateral relations to new heights. Enhancement in the economic and political interaction would be mutually beneficial to Canada and Pakistan. Honorable Premier, the Chief Minister of Punjab has extended a formal invitation to you to visit Pakistan as the official guest of the Government of Punjab. We hope that you would pay an official visit to Pakistan at your earliest convenience. We would accord you warm welcome to you and your delegation in Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, now is the time to say few words of Khuda Hafiz and goodbye. I have served here for more than 3 years, and I cannot express my gratitude to all of you for the warmth, love, and affection that you gave to me and my family. Sometimes I feel as if I was born in Canada. It's a remarkable country, it's a wonderful country. We pray to Almighty Allah that Canada flourishes as it has been flourishing now. And I request you all that the project or the endeavors that we have putting in for enhancing bilateral relations between Canada and Pakistan will continue. Me and my family will pray for your prosperity and health, and we also request you to pray and remember us in your prayers. ख़वातीनो हज़रात, मुझे कुछ 3 साल से ज़्यादा अरसा हुआ कनाडा आए हुए, और जितनी मोहब्बत और शफ़क़त आप सब ने मुझे अता की, मेरे पास अल्फाज नहीं है। मैं वो मोहब्बत और आपकी शफ़क़त अपने दिल में लिए जा रहा हूँ, और अपनी जो मैंने खिदमत आपकी की है वो यहाँ छोड़े जा रहा हूँ, इस उम्मीद के साथ कि हम सब ने मिल के जो कनाडा और पाकिस्तान के दरमियान दोस्ती का राब्ता तेज़ करने की कोशिश की थी, उसको हम कायम दायम रहेंगे। मेरी दुआ है कि आप अल्लाह ताला आप सबको खुश खुरम आबाद रखे, आपकी आने वाली नस्लों को आबाद रखे, और आपका राब्ता अपने मुल्क और अपने भाइयों के साथ कायम रहे। कनाडा पाकिस्तान फ्रेंडशिप जिंदाबाद, पाकिस्तान पाइंदाबाद।
गोलू साहब, आपने सुबह भी रुलाया, शाम को भी आपने रुलाया। सर, हम सब की दुआ आपके साथ है। And we must recognize not only your professional and personal energy and capacity and warmth, but I must say that Pakistan is indeed fortunate, as the country that you will be posted in shortly, Ethiopia, to having such a very fine member of the diplomatic service. Inshallah, Khuda aapko aur kamyab kare, onwards and upwards. Chers amis, j'ai le plaisir maintenant d'inviter des députés de l'Assemblée nationale, the Honorable Salma Zahid, MP for Scarborough Centre, and Ikra Khalid, MP for Mississauga Erin Mills, freshly minted Canadians of Pakistani origin, members of federal parliament in the government of the Right Honorable Justin Trudeau.
Assalamu alaikum, Honorable Premier, His Excellency, Consul General of Pakistan Asghar Ali Golu, Honorable Ministers, and my fellow Pakistani community members, my brothers and sisters. I'm really very excited to be here. I just want to start by saying that even though I'm not living in Pakistan, but Pakistan is still living and vibrant inside my soul. I'm a proud Canadian, but I will always be Pakistani also. Now we have called Canada, I called Canada home 16 years ago, and I am very proud to represent all of you in Ottawa as the Member of Parliament for Scarborough Centre. It's a real great honor for both of us to be the first Pakistani woman to be elected in the House of Commons this October. Pakistan is facing overwhelming odds today, but I am still hopeful, and the people of Pakistan, both inside and abroad, have the capacity to overcome any problems. We have done this in the past. and I know we will all together do it. So whatever we can do as Canadians of Pakistani origin, we should do it. In Ottawa, we recently founded Canada-Pakistan Friendship Group, and I have the honor of co-chairing it with my Honourable Member of Parliament from Don Valley West, Rob Oliphant. He is not here today. He is in Ottawa representing all of us in the reception being hosted by His Excellency Tariq Azim, the High Commissioner of Pakistan. So I will read the greetings on behalf of the Right Honourable Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to the 2016 Pakistan Day celebration hosted by the Consular General of Pakistan. Today, festivities mark the 76th anniversary of the All India Muslim League's 1940 session, which passed a resolution calling for the creation of independent Pakistan, with the establishment of the modern state of Pakistan in 1947 and the Islamic Republic of Pakistan in 1956. The Lahore Resolution in commemorated by Pakistan to both Canada and across the world. As we gather to celebrate with our strong community of Pakistani Canadians, let us all be reminded of all the significant contributions they have made to our country, and that an independent Pakistan aided by the Lahore Resolution has made on the world. Thank you to the organizers of this inclusive event and to all of you who are in attendance today to celebrate. Please accept my best wishes for a wonderful event. Right Honourable Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada. You want to say something?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. It is definitely an honor and a privilege to be here today. Thank you so very much for this great evening. I have to commend our amazing Consul General for all the hard work that he's been doing over the past couple of years. You have been phenomenal. And I will like to echo some of what I've learned from him over the past few years. The Canadian Pakistani diaspora, the people in this room, we are so vibrant, we're dynamic, we're smart, and we are ready to really contribute to Canadian society. It's an honor to be a part of you all. Thank you. As I was growing up, I was born in Pakistan, and as I was growing up, there were 3 words that I learned in grade school in Pakistan, and also those 3 words that my father kept drilling into me and my siblings. And those 3 words are unity, they're faith, and discipline. And they're words that we abide by, they're words that give us guidance, that give us an objective in life. And I'm very proud to be part of this great nation. Thank you very much for having us here today.
Can I please request the Honourable Consul General to please come and accept this greetings. We will definitely miss him in Toronto, so he's leaving big shoes to fill, and I'm sure that all of us will miss him and wish him all the best in his new assignment. Thank you.
I assure I will miss you all than you miss me.
Thank you, MP Zahid and MP Khalid. It's now my deep privilege to invite colleagues and friends from the Legislature of Ontario to please come forward and to offer greetings to the entire audience. We're beginning, and I invite you, please, gentlemen, to please join me simultaneously. The Honourable Stephen Del Duca, MPP for Vaughan and the Minister of Transport for the Government of Ontario, first elected in 2012. The Honourable Yasser Naqvi, MPP for Ottawa Centre, Government House Leader and Minister of Community Safety and Correctional Services, first elected in 2007. And the Honourable Dr. Raza Maridi, MPP for Richmond Hill, Minister of Training Colleges and Universities and Minister of Research and Innovation, first elected in the year 2007. I now invite Stephen Del Duca, in whose riding we happen to be. Vaughan, mille grazie, Signor Del Duca, per aver passato questa serata con noi. Minister Stephen Del Duca.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say, he does this to me every single time, including here in my riding, because he speaks much better Italian than I do, and he knows it. But I want him to hear this from me loud and clear tonight. Shukriya, Dr. Saab. Well, my role here tonight is to welcome you to this wonderful community here in Vaughan, a riding, a community that I'm so proud to represent in Ontario's legislature. I have to tell you, when I look out at this room tonight and I feel the energy and I see how happy everybody is and what a wonderful celebration everybody is so proudly and so appropriately participating in tonight, I want to say to all of you, congratulations to everybody involved in organizing tonight. So thrilled to be here with friends and with colleagues and with all of you. I look forward to the rest of the celebration. Thank you for choosing to have this evening's event in my community of Vaughan, and thank you very much for giving me the chance to be with all of you. Thank you.
Minister Del Duca, aapka bahut shukriya. It's now my privilege to invite a friend and colleague. Ye apna aadmi hai, apna dost bhi hai. Hamare government house leader, hamare government ke minister of public safety and correctional services. Lekin ek jo inki zindagi mein khasiyat ye hui hai कि माशाल्लाह 2 साल से वालिद बाप बन चुके हैं, लेकिन इनके अल्फाज से इन्होंने खुद अभी मुझे समझाया कि माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह 4 हफ्ते से ये बेटी के बाप बने हैं, और जो अलियाना उनके जो ब्लेसिंग आई है, mashallah, she is the youngest registered liberal in the province of Ontario, the Honorable Yasser Naqvi.
Bahut shukriya, Shafiq Qadi. Thank you very much for your kind words. Now you jinxed it. Probably will become a conservative or something. Lauren, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum to everyone. It's a great honor and pleasure for me to be here along with our Premier and my colleagues from the Ontario Legislature, and of course our members of Parliament as well. I just want to very briefly take this opportunity to thank every single one of you. Every single one of you in this room are working hard every day to make our province, Ontario, and our country, Canada, one of the most prosperous and successful countries on this planet. Please never undermine the effort that you are putting in building this country. This is one of the most beautiful things about the country that we live in, that we all get to work together, we all get to contribute and build this fantastic province and this country. So once again, thank you very much for your hard work. Thank you very much for the diversity that you bring, the inclusiveness that you bring to Canada, and make us so proud to be of Pakistani origin, but most importantly, to be Canadians. Thank you and Assalamu alaikum.
It's now my privilege to invite to the podium Dr. Raza Maridi, the Minister of Training Colleges and Universities and the Minister of Research and Innovation. Inki bahut se mashallah khubi hain. Degrees he holds from not only Iran but also from the United Kingdom. He's a PhD in physics. Lekin ek jo khasiyat jo I think inke khud dil ko bada lagta hai, he is the first Canadian of Iranian extraction, the first Iranian to hold a legislative office in North America, the Honorable Raza Maridi.
Well, thank you very much, Shafiq, and Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely, truly a great pleasure to be here this evening, of course, with Premier Kathleen Wynne and my parliamentary colleagues and the Consul Generals of Turkey, as well as Sri Lanka, and indeed Consul General of Pakistan, Dr. Gulu, and all of you. It's a great pleasure to be here to be a part of this wonderful celebration of Pakistan's 76 years of existence. As you heard, that in 1940 at the city of Lahore, the country of Pakistan was born, practically speaking. And the person who wrote the resolution was none other than Allama Iqbal Lahori. So Lahore is not only the birthplace of Pakistan, is in Lahore, but Lahore is one of the cradles of the Islamic civilization. When you look at the history of the Islamic civilization, Lahore is one of those very few cities which you may call it the cradle of Islamic civilization. And the people like Allama Iqbal Lahori, he comes from Lahore, who was one of the world's greatest philosophers, thinkers, and indeed politician and a poet as well. Most of his poems actually written in Farsi, in Persian, and he's very well known in Iran and around the world for not only his poetry, but his philosophy, his thinking, and his spiritual leaders as well. And the other person I must mention, speaking of Lahore, is the late Professor Abdus Salam, the first Muslim person to receive Nobel Prize in Physics, and the first Muslim physicist who is considered equivalent somehow close to Albert Einstein. So we are so proud that Pakistan produced, just as a sample I'm saying, Allama Iqbal and Abdus Salam. So congratulations, yes please. And indeed, there were very many. And for that matter, as many of you in this room will know, Lahore is known as the Oxford of the East for producing so many scholars and contributing to human knowledge and human civilization. I want to again congratulate every one of you as we all celebrate Pakistan, and I would like, in closing, to say, Zindabad Pakistan.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the very pleasant, but I would also say challenging task to introduce our chief guest of the evening. The Honorable Kathleen O'Day Wynne has achieved many firsts. If you read a little bit about her biography, one of the schools that she attended required girls, young girls, to wear only skirts. But she organized, even at that stage, and got the rules changed so that women, young women, would have the choice whether they would wear skirts or whether they would wear pants. And I would submit to you that that metaphor continues to this day. I think all of our colleagues, my colleagues here in the legislature, cabinet ministers beside me, know daily that Kathleen Wynne, Premier Wynne, is animated by a spirit of generosity, of wielding power for the benefit of the greater good, for trying to achieve, whether it is distribution of opportunity or resources, trying to instill and inspire the very best in all of us, in all of us. She is grace under pressure, always on, 24 hours a day, and as my mother likes to describe her, a very rare combination of a keen mind and a kind heart. And I have to say that each of my colleagues here will attest to the fact that individuals such as Premier Wynne are precisely the type of people that we need in high office. Chers collègues, chers amis, j'ai le grand plaisir maintenant d'inviter the 25th Premier of the province of Ontario, our chief guest of the evening, the Honorable Kathleen Wynne.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very, very much for inviting me here. Bonsoir, bonjour, Ani. It's a real honor to be here with all of you. Real honor to be here with all of you. And Yomi Pakistan Mubarak. I am going to begin as I often do. Many of you will have heard me begin this way when I make my remarks, and that is to acknowledge that this is for many Aboriginals of Turtle Island, and to recognize the long history of Indigenous people in Ontario, and tonight to respect the Mississaugas of the New Credit. And I do that advisedly. I do it because in this beautiful country that we inhabit, in this beautiful province, all of us, except for our Indigenous people, came from somewhere else. Some of us came 6 generations ago, some of us came 6 months ago, but whenever we came here with a dream to make a country, to make a society that was inclusive, that was peaceful, and that is what we have created in this country. And I want to acknowledge all of the dignitaries who are here tonight, our colleague Lorne from the Ontario Legislature, our federal colleagues, the Consuls General, and I want to particularly recognize Consul General Oscar Ali Golo. I want to thank him. Mr. Consul General, you have served many Canadian communities across Ontario and Canada. In my riding of Don Valley West, which has one of the largest populations of Pakistani Canadians in the province, the Consul General has contributed in very, very personal and specific ways. In particular, Consul General, I want to thank you for your role in raising money for the Go Green cricket field. Thank you so much. This is a field, just for people who don't know, this is a field at a middle school in my riding that has been restored, renovated. It's the hub, I like to think, of the growth of the sport of cricket in Toronto. Now, I know there will be some arguing about where that's happening, but as recently as last weekend, it was wonderful to be with you at Valley Park for the India-Pakistan match. I know it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. You will remember I had to hold both flags, always. I do not choose among those I love. I hold both flags. But I know the community was thrilled to have you there, and I understand from you tonight that the women's team won. So there you go. That is, may I say, Your Excellency, as it should be. So. But you've helped to build a place for the people in Don Valley West. They love you for it. Thank you very, very much. And we will miss you. We will miss you. You and we have spent many events together, and I will miss you personally, and I want to wish you and your family all the very best. So I am very happy to be here this evening to celebrate the National Day of Pakistan with all of you. You know, Ontario is blessed to be the home of Canadians of Pakistani origin. We're blessed to have your industry and your perseverance and your... We are celebrating the Lahore Resolution and the adoption of Pakistan's first constitution. And we are blessed in the Ontario Legislature and in my caucus to have the two members of our team, Shafiq and Yasser, who are terrific representatives of the community, of their communities, but they do you proud in their work at the legislature. Tomorrow, I'm going to attend a reception for the first ever Muslim Awards of Excellence, where we will celebrate the contributions of Muslim Canadians as community builders, entrepreneurs, and business leaders, as well as their support of many charitable organizations. And these events provide an opportunity to look back on our shared history, celebrate today's achievements, and find new ways to work together for a more prosperous future. I believe that celebrations like tonight's event and the Muslim Awards of Excellence are important reminders of how we find strength as a province in our diversity. There are so many opportunities in the world today to find division, to find conflict, and to find hatred. I believe that Ontario and Canada can be, it is our destiny to be, a model for the world, because this is a place where, as I said, people come from different backgrounds, and we do not, all of us together, we do not ask people to give up who they are, to give up their history. We ask them to bring that to our society and to weave a better society because of it. That is a unique, unique thing about Canada and Ontario, and these kinds of events celebrate that about us. So your hard work, the hard work of Pakistani immigrants investing in new lives in Ontario, should be met with equal effort and energy on behalf of government to ensure that our society remains the opening and welcome place that we envision. That's our responsibility as government. And over the past 10 years, our government and the Pakistani Canadian community have enjoyed a strong and productive partnership where community leaders and members of provincial parliament have worked together collaboratively to deliver positive change that can be felt inside and outside of the community. And a healthy relationship is a growing relationship. And that's why we're moving to formalize some of those relationships. And we're going to be putting in place a new initiative that will allow us to build on that relationship that already has very deep roots. It will allow a greater collaboration between the Liberal caucus and the Pakistani community. We're calling it the Liberal Pakistani Friendship Group, and because our connections are already deep, we believe that this group will formalize the process of how we reach out to your communities, how you reach into us, and at the same time provide a direct line for community leaders to share their concerns and ideas. Shafiq Qadri will serve as chair of this important initiative, and Yasser Naqvi will serve as a member of the group. I'm very confident that Shafiq and Yasser, yes, thank you for both of you. With your Italian Shafiq, you will serve as that. And I'm very sure that they will allow us to provide an even greater level of partnership and an open forum for leaders in the community to engage directly with our team. I want to thank them both for taking on this role. And as we celebrate our shared history and we look forward to the work that lies ahead of all of us in building a brighter future, I want to thank all of you for everything that you do every single day to make Ontario the wonderful place that it is to live and to work and to raise a family. Thank you very, very much. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Lovely. If you might just have us stand there.
Thank you, Premier, for not only your words, your presence, your deeply committed idealism that you try to deploy on a daily basis that we all see. Yasser and I look forward to executing your request and to reaching out to the Pakistani Canadian community in the Friendship Association. And I must say, if I might, just on a personal note, it has been a very, very deep privilege to serve not only under your leadership in your caucus, but also as your parliamentary assistant. Now, in our never-ending quest to create one of the world's largest photo ops, I would first of all invite Asghar Ali Golo to please join me on stage to receive an award, a commemorative plaque on behalf of the Government of Ontario as you slowly but surely leave us. And at the same time, may I respectfully invite all members of the head table, I repeat, all members of the head table to please urgently but also efficiently assemble in front of us on the just below the podium. As promised, in a never-ending quest for a very large photo op, I would now respectfully request Premier Wynne to please offer, on behalf of the Government of Ontario and our collective behalf, on the behalf of the people of Ontario, a commemorative scroll to Asghar Ali Golo.
इस चमन के फूलों
Muazzez Khawateen Hazrat. And now, on behalf of Dr. Asghar Ali Golo and the Canadian Pakistani community, we would like to present this gift to the Honorable Premier of the Province of Ontario. And we congratulate Fahim Hamid Ali for this beautiful painting. Please.
I just want to say thank you very, very much for that beautiful piece of art. It is fantastic. And I also wanted to comment on all of the performances. The artistic performances have been wonderful tonight. Congratulations to all of the organizations that came together to put on tonight. Thank you very, very much.